What's up, I'm Doug with D&E in the Garage. This rusted heap of twisted steel and sex appeal is the Dirty Bird Ford trailer. For those that don't know, it is the utility bed trailer built off an old F100 that we got for free. I can't understand why someone was just throwing this little beaut out, but they were. We put a little bit of love into her, and now she is our utility trailer for dragging rusty, crusty, dusty stuff to and from the ranch here. Currently, it's got a big old pile of tires and stuff that needs to go to the dump, but amateur hour. Uncle Jerry backed her into the curb, so now she's not legal. No bother. Went over to Wally World. Got these delightful little lights for like 30 bucks. We're gonna jimmy jam them on there, and then we're gonna take some of the rustiest angle iron I could find. I think this came out of the same lake as the avalanche we had, and we're gonna try to weld up just some very simple little guards so that this stops happening. I'm tired of going through lights. They are cheap, but they're also, it's just annoying. Anyway, I'm hoping we can use just the same wiring that's there, clip these old ones out, snip these new ones in, and then I've got an idea for the simplest little, just gonna, some quick cuts, some quick tacks with the welder, and then this thing will be apocalypse proof. Let's get into her. All right, let's get the disclaimers out of the way. For anybody who is going to be offended by the use of wire nuts packed full of gasket maker, you're gonna wanna go ahead and frig off this video now, because you're gonna be quite dissatisfied with the procedure we're going to take. Anybody else who understands that that is a perfectly reasonable way to do something on a dirty old utility trailer that may or may not even be around in another 6 months, you're welcome to stay. I think you might enjoy what we're going to do here. Of course, there's no way a ratchet's fitting up there. Amateur hour, gotta go find a wrench. Oh, you know, I bent up this 10mm to deinstall 4.7 liter, what was it? Rocker arms. I'll be dipped if it hasn't become my favorite little 10mm wrench. Which way do I go? There it is. Got a little handle on it. I might bend up a whole set of wrenches. I'm not even joshing you. Look at this. I got a nice little 90-degree there. I think I'm onto something. If somebody at Snap-on wants to hit me up about the rights, I'd be willing to start that conversation. Right. Now, the astute observer, oh, it was all full of water. Amateur hour. Come on. Well, guys, damn near threaded in there. The astute observer will notice that these lights were not put on properly. They're like sideways, and the new ones are not even going to be able to be mounted like that because the threaded doohickeys are on the back. So we're going to have to do some figuring and some thinking. Come on, this is ridiculous. Spilling water everywhere. Get out of here. Ideally, they go in like that, but I guess I'm gonna have to drill some holes. I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? Look at all this extra I left last time. That just seems like a very silly choice. Oh, and there's more right here. A whole mess of extra, so we are at no shortage of wire. It's a beautiful thing. Huh. This spring keeper. I really gotta get new leaves for this thing. They're damn near rusted right through. I think one of these days we're gonna tow this thing full of junk to the dump, and it's just gonna stay there, and that'll be just fine. Gotten our money's worth. A couple good videos. I've brought tons of good stuff home in it. Okay. Here we sit brokenhearted. Where to put these? I figure we want her somewhere around there. It's always a good idea to, no, maybe lower. Probably low as you can go. Keep her safe. Make sure there's enough clearance to get the nut on the back. I've made that mistake before. And we'll just figure with our finger. That looks about right. Perfect. This looks like it's probably about a quarter, not even a quarter inch. Will the 7/32 do it? No. Have to go for the 15/64. Drill bit that I'm sure gets tons of use. Let's drill the other. Let's do our best bit of figuring here. Well, I figure it's got to be right there. What say you? Can I just do a little product endorsement? For everything that Black & Decker has become today, this drill that my dad gave me is an absolute freaking powerhouse. I actually have a new Black & Decker that I hold off on breaking into because this one still works. Black & Decker Professional, I figure it's about as old as I am. Late 80s, mid 80s, something like that. My dad gave it to me, he's like, it's getting a little loose. Maybe it's gonna be dead soon. That was like 10 years ago. Can't tell you all the steel I've drilled through with that bad boy. Moving on. All right, we're gonna jimmy jam this bigger hole in there. I want this to be quick and easy. I'm not trying to invest a lot of time in this project. The whole point of the Dirty Bird Ferd is it only makes sense to keep around if I don't have to invest a lot in it, whether that's time or money. Once I have to start putting money into a trailer that's this crappy, no, that equation don't line up no more. So sling this hole through. Did I break the tip? Oh, I did. I boogered her. No, not too bad. And two. Alright, let's see, how well did we line up? Oh my goodness, like a glove. I mean, would you look at that? That is AVE levels of precision and quality, if I may say so myself. Please don't tell him I said that. I don't think he'd agree. Ooh, Buddy Bug, I'll tell you what, it's been thick out lately. There is a lot of atmosphere. The mercury's been on the rise. It makes doing even the simplest task a sweaty, miserable job, but the show must go on. There are jimmies to jam. We're going to go ahead and grind a good portion of this. One, because we need to ground out the lights there, and two, we're going to be trying to weld various accessories on, so you get it. We'll clean her up. I don't mind telling you that that paint dust smelled a little funny, which leads me to believe I probably should have been taking better precautions for the old air transmitters, aka yo lungs. Spend so darn much time of my life wearing a mask right now. I try not to have to do that when I get home, but interestingly, the number 69 is stamped into the back of this. No idea what that means, but I imagine this trailer's had a pretty exciting life. Now, let's take our Wally World's Finest lights here, put them in place. Okay, now I think the idea here is going to be to come up. Now since, okay, think with me here. I'm thinking maybe we come with something that goes like this, comes out. Problem is we can't block too much of the light either. Jiminy Christmas, I tell you. Alright, I think I might have a plan. I don't want to explain it too much until I know whether or not it's going to work. So just bear with me, probably in fast forward. Alright, Bug, there she is. She ain't too pretty, but she ain't too bad neither. She's going to do what I need her to. There's beauty and function. I just want a little bar going about midway where the light goes, so that if I bump something, it's not immediately taking the light out. Yeah, there's probably overkill, but it is what it is. I might cut a little window in there so that you can see more. I don't know what the legality of covering half your damn brake light with some angle iron is, but let's get the actual lights hooked up. Then I'll make another one of these, and then we'll hot snot them onto this trailer and be done with it, because I feel like I'm in a swamp. It's miserable out here. I want to be inside with some silly soda, which is what I'm calling White Claws now. I have no shame in telling you that when it's this hot and I get inside, I'm more likely to go for a White Claw or a Pineapple Truly, actually, than a beer. Shocking, I know. Leave your hateful comments down in the squawk boxes. I love being judged by strangers on the internet. Now, as previously mentioned, this will be the true hack part of our show, where I will use wire nuts with reckless abandon, despite all of you screaming into the camera that you lost me with the wire nuts. That's what they get. I loved your method until I saw the wire nuts, bro. Listen here, buddy. If you made it this far, I already got a view for you, so you're more than welcome to bugger off. I got what I need from you. Ow! Kneeling on metal shavings. You know, some guys work at a bench. I even built a bench, you know, for to be working on. But for some reason, I never go over there for to be working at the bench. I just do it right here in the driveway. Oh, like an absolute ape. Trailer actually has a really nice oak floor that's very much intact, and then it's tin skinned over it. I should take a look at those someday. Those antique boards. Oh, I forgot that. You guys weren't gonna tell me? I forgot this. This is the grounding thing I didn't put on. Nobody was gonna tell me. I was gonna sit there and tell you. Some friends you are. Light to come off. This is starting to feel like a 2-day project. Not certain we're gonna get her landed before we lose the light, and that's okay. Dirty Bird don't gotta go nowhere. Okay. This may be one instance when a 60-degree 10 mil is not actually the best tool for the job. Let's do some connecting over here, and then we'll test on her. And if the testing goes well, out come the wire nuts. Okay, we'll go plug this thing into the heap and see if she makes the lights. Aha! I have made trailer light. Now the real fun part. Oh boy, you guys are gonna hate me. Alrighty, now this method was handed down to me from my father. He's not quite as monkey with a toolbox as I am, but he's got a few good tricks. You take the wire nut. This is how he always did trailer lights on our boat trailers. And you wire nut. Dang, this wire nut's really too big for this job. Amateur hour. Well, we're gonna use it anyway because we're here. Maybe we'll just fold that. Yeah, sure. So you wire nut your wires together, and then you pack the wire nut with silicone. And I have never seen one of these joints on a trailer that gets dunked in the Atlantic Ocean several times a summer end up with corrosion in there. They get corroded everywhere else. We still had to replace lights every summer because we'd back into things or whatever else, but I've never seen corrosion. I've never cut one of these open and seen it all green in there. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but oh, whatever. I love justifying myself to strangers on the internet. Now, Dad would just use regular bathroom silicone. I happen to have automotive grade RTV on my hands, so we're going to use that. It's the high heat, so maybe it'll last in this blasted heat wave. Now you do a little bit of the schmooing. You schmoo it on, and take something like an old wire and just really pack her in there. I mean, you guys know what silicone does. Why does this method not make sense to anybody but me and my dad? I did this when in the how to wire a relay video. Oh man, I've gotten some nasty comments. It doesn't have to look pretty. In fact, I'm pretty sure it works less if it does look pretty. It should look like that. A schmooey mess. That's done. Done. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Now let me Jimmy Jam this other side, and then we'll get Hobart God of Lightning fired up again. Get some guards welded on this thing, and we'll be done. We may finish this tonight. We will see. Oh, would you look at that, friends? Both sides go blinky blinky. I'm gonna get these all RTV'd up. Nothing but the finest. And we'll get hot snotting, right? This is a good day. There's nothing worse than trying to diagnose brand new trailer lights that for some reason don't work. I've been there plenty of times. It's always a ground issue. It's never easy to find. It's always a nightmare. Usually I want to roll the whole damn thing into Lake Michigan. Not tonight though. Dirty Bird Ford wins again. Alrighty friends, we are sufficiently hot snotted. All together, little flux core 110 bird shit. It's time for every hack welder's best friend, the flap disc. Well, grinder and paint makes me the welder I ain't, and I tell you I ain't a welder, but nothing I've welded has ever fallen apart, I think. So we're gonna grind them flat. I'm not really worried about paint on this. It would look weird on that thing anyway, so we're just gonna let them get sufficiently coated by Mother Nature in that orange Loctite we're also fond of. Besides, since the lights are already on when I weld these, I don't know, I'd have to tape off the lights, and that just sounds like way more work than this dirty little trailer's worth. Damn near blew the breaker in this what is this, 1964 when this house was built. So, however old, electrical system does not enjoy the Hobart handler, Hobart God of Lightning. Anyway, contact. Alright, friends. I mean, it's not like they're going to look any crappier than the rest of the damn trailer, right? Let's get these things attached and get inside. It's getting dark, and I need some silly soda. Oh, need more magnets. One's not going to cut. Probably just needed a stronger magnet, of which we have. Get her lined up. Where's we want her? Fornicate. Come on, magnet. A little magnet that couldn't. There you go. That's not sketchy at all. Alright, as we're now almost welding in the dark, I no longer have to take responsibility for how crappy my welds look. That's fun. I just decided that. So let's turn on old Hobart here. See what he has to say on it. Clean off our tip. I'm going to go in with a messy tip. Go. Okay. A little bit. Too much. Oh well. It's staying now. I'm telling you, I can't see a darn thing. Shoot! I will get her right where she belongs and then hope for the best. That is ugly. Ooh, Nelly, is that ugly. What? Oh, the hot snot will abide. Now let's try to tag her from underneath here. A couple little jimmy jammers. Ought to hold you over. Why don't I ever do anything in a planned out, controlled environment situation? Why does this always have to be our modus operandi? I can't see a thing. Ow! So hot! Ow! You folks are gonna have to move as I attempt to not light my shorts on fire. Now you pro welders, was I supposed to go uphill or downhill in that situation? Doesn't matter because I don't even think I hit the damn thing. Good enough for government work. My goodness. Is that burned in now? Pretty well burned in. Pretty well burned in, hoping I didn't melt the light none. Let's get a couple other angulations on her. Oh, killed the breaker again, I tell you. We're going to call it there because very likely the missus is incredibly annoyed with the air conditioner popping on and off every time I kill that breaker. Let's make sure these lights still work. There it is, friends. We didn't melt through the lights. It was a bit of an amateur hour production, but we achieved what we set out to do. Never had to look good, just had to function real good. And I think they're going to do that. I might have to cut some of this. Maybe I'll drill some holes in there. I don't know. Any of my cop buddies out there, you let me know. Would you pull this trailer over? I know you would, but not because of the lights, right? All right, man, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to dump some cold water on my head and some cold silly soda down my throat. And then I'll probably polish off the night with an IPA just so that I can save what remnants of my manhood remain after guzzling down Pineapple Truly. I know. They're just so darn refreshing. Anyway, got any questions, comments, by all means, leave me the comment down there in the squawk boxes. Let us know what you think about the Dirty Bird Ford and about our little hack there with the silicone and the. I know wire nuts are a triggering force in the YouTube comments, but whatever, man. If it works, work it. Head on over to Etsy, check out our store there. We got all kinds of new shirts and koozies coming all the time. Eric's working on a ton of cool new designs. Wouldn't want to miss out. Hopefully hats coming soon, so let us know what you think about that. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time. I am sweaty. Sweaty.